And certainly a lot going on. Dylan McKim, Capitol correspondent, joining us. You've been following this, and this will have an impact on the session.
Yeah, this pumps the brakes right now on this special session that's only 30 days long. It's very quick. You know, when the Texas legislature is actually in regular session, it's usually from January to June. So this is a much smaller time frame, and they had a big agenda, 18 items. Redistricting was just one of them. So this pumps the brakes on THC regulations, STAR test changes, and of course the chief among them, the biggest one that we've always been talking about, is the Kerrville response, or the flood response. So this is flood relief, this is disaster preparedness to those tragic Independence Day floods. All of that right now is up in the air, and nothing can be done, no votes can be taken until the Texas House has a quorum, which is 100 members.
I was going to say, speaking of Kerr County disaster relief, that's something I talked with Representative Schatzline about, this impacting not only the congressional maps, but more than that, what's being discussed in the special session. Let's go to his soundbite real quick.
So it's pretty clear. We're watching Democrats cowered down from the fight on the floor and flee, completely rejecting their constitutional duty to show up when we've been called for this special session. Also abandoning those that have been affected by the floods in Kerr County. They're they're abandoning their constituents that need genuine property tax relief.
Just want to say where we stand on the flood relief. The joint committee of the House and the Senate that's working on all that legislation to respond to those floods, they held their field hearing in Kerrville on Thursday, where they were able to hear from the Kerr County leaders, Kerrville leaders, also hearing from the residents that lived through these floods. And that was the last field hearing they were going to do before actually taking up business, listening to bills, filing bills, and actually voting them out. And so, yes, there are people there in Kerrville who do not have homes right now, who are living out of the back of their cars. I met one guy whose son's living in a shed, and they are not getting the financial recovery that they need. So that's the kind of thing that the Texas legislature could work on. And so you're looking at this messaging. You heard from a Republican state lawmaker right there saying, look at these Texas Democrats, you know, skirting on their job. We have Texans who are in need of help, and they're in Chicago, whereas you'll hear the messaging from Democrats say, well, the governor put this on the agenda to sneak in redistricting, basically holding the Kerrville response or Central Texas flooding response in a hostage to make sure that this redistricting effort is voted on and passed. So you'll hear both messages from both sides as they try to fight this in the media.
Now, I do want to talk, too, about some of the things that Republicans are calling for: arrest, possibly fines for these Democrats who left.
Yeah, back in 2023, the Texas House actually changed its rules and said that they put in some penalties for any lawmakers who decide to break quorum. One of those is a monetary fine, $500 per lawmaker per day. So if we're looking at 51 members, that's more than $25,000 a day. And I'm looking at this letter that Governor Greg Abbott has sent out to lawmakers and sent out to the media, and it looks like this would be a response that the governor can take, will be issued out in the courts, that a district court may determine that a legislator, I should say, who has left their office on purpose to break quorum, not to vote, that they could see that as them abandoning their office and to be removed from office, and that would give the governor the power to fill that vacancy. So that's the kind of opinion, the Attorney General opinion, that the governor is using here. And I just want to note, too, we talk about those fines. The Democrats, there's rumors that they're raising money to try to pay off those fines. Well, the governor says that could be seen as a felony, actually, to solicit, accept, or agree to accept basically a bribe to leave. So that's how the governor views it. Again, this will all have to be fought out in courts. But for right now, all eyes will be on the Texas House tomorrow at 3 p.m. when they gavel in. If they have less than 100 members, it will be interesting to see. The governor's already said those Democrats will be removed from office.
I was going to say all eyes on Texas right now to see what happens. This is a developing story. You'll be covering it moving forward. We'll have more, of course, tomorrow, but that's Dylan McKim there covering everything going on. Thank you very much, Dylan. And as Dylan mentioned, it's not the first time quorum has been broken on purpose here in Texas. New rules over punishments were implemented 2 years ago in response to Democratic representatives breaking quorum back in 2021 when a number of lawmakers left for the nation's capital to push back against a change to the state's voting laws. The push failed, and that law, which limits counties' ability to expand voting options, was signed into law. Quorum was also broken in 2003 when lawmakers left the state over proposed redistricting. State senators, including current congressional representative Lloyd Doggett, also broke quorum in 1979, fighting back against a bill to make the presidential primary a general primary, 2 different elections. That involved 12 state senators dubbed the Killer Bees, hiding around Austin as then Governor Bob Bullock, sent out the Texas Rangers to try to find them.